Voila! Yeah. Of course, because that's the brand of content you make. That's what I'm doing. You can. Lockdown 23-1.
Getting that from YouTube.
Uh, get a list together. All recent shit, man. Shit that happened today or yesterday. Go look through academics page and the shade room. All right. We finna go live, man. Watching Lockdown 23-1 for right now, dog. Let's see what this is about. Damn. Inmate found dead in the cell, hook top. Let me know if y'all got any other suggestions, man. Hit that like button if you get in here. You know, people go on to other people's live streams and don't hit the like button going in there. That's like hate, bro. It's like hate, bro. Let's see what this is about.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Lockdown 23-1. Today I got some more wild and sad stories coming your way from the state penitentiary. It's going to be piggybacking off of yesterday's episode. If you ain't seen it, go check it out. Stories about inmates killing their own cellmate. It's some of the ways that these individuals trick these guys in prison to get killed is pretty damn wild. I told a story the other day where an inmate said that he was going to show his cellmate a magic trick. Told him to put the blindfold on. When he did, he smashed him to death with a brick. I've been saying it since day one. You can't trust nobody in prison, not even your damn cellmate. You don't know what type of shit he's got going on. But once again, this is going to be more along the lines of awareness. A lot of people don't see these type of stories come across their mainstream media. So let's get right into it, and hopefully this opens up some people's eyes to the reality of lockup. So the first story is pretty sad, and unfortunately we're traveling back down to Alabama. 30-year-old Denarius Smith was killed October 1st during a prison fight after another inmate stabbed him at William E. Donaldson Correctional Facility. This prison,
you already know
about this. I've done probably 6 stories of individuals getting stabbed to death from there. Now this is where it gets sad. It says according to his parents and the agency that oversees the prison, during the fight, Denarius Smith, also called DL by his parents, had cried out for help, but there was no guards.
No disrespect, but I wouldn't let nobody call me DL. That would not be my nickname in the hood. Pelham Parkway, hey, what's good? What's good? Pelham Parkway got the bitches. I know that.
Around. The father said that he.
But if you just checking in, man, go ahead and hit that like button on the way in. You feel me? This is Lockdown 23-1 live reaction. Inmate beat to death with a fan for not helping kill another.
Learned about his son dying in prison through a text message. And there's a screenshot of these text messages of the inmate talking to the father. And I'm going to read them to you, but just keep in mind, people are probably asking and wondering, how does this guy got a cell phone? There's a ton of contraband cell phones in prison nowadays. So it happens every single day.
Yeah, guys in prison got cell phones all the time. It's not even hard to do.
Inmates.
That's why they should just let them have it. I don't know why
they got a better cell phone than you. But the text message is pretty sad. It says, "Hey Pops, this is DL, just checking back. We've been on lockdown, so inmate doing no work, making the police work, and they're starving us." That was on Wednesday, 7:43 p.m. His dad didn't reply back until they messaged him on Saturday. His dad had no idea that was going to be his last text message. But the next text came Saturday morning at 6:29 a.m. Yo, ain't this DL's people? Yes, somebody killed him about 2 hours ago. What? Y'all got a lawsuit for real because they had no security in the dorm when it happened. And he sat in here and lost too much blood before they got him out of here. Tell them y'all want copies of the camera. You might have to get a lawyer to get the vid.
Yo, talk about a benefit of having a camera, bro. A phone. He got bodied, and then someone else got the phone, which happens. Things happen to inmates, they end up getting moved. Other people end up with the phone, and the dude told them, yo, man, y'all people got killed. Y'all got a lawsuit on y'all hands.
But let them know y'all ain't gonna just let this happen and do nothing. Can you do me a favor and text me anything that happens? I'll make sure that they don't know about your phone. I don't know what happened. I was asleep. I heard commotion. I saw DL run by my bed covered in blood, and people was hollering for police to get him into the infirmary. But the officers was nowhere to be found, and he lost too much blood. What did they say when you called up here? I talked to the only chaplain. He said they're doing an investigation. I have all daughters, but I can't even imagine, getting a text message like that saying that my son just bled out in the cell. The first thing that would go through my mind is what was going through his. Probably hoping and praying that his parents could save him somehow. They definitely had to have been on his mind in the last moments of his life. My condolences go out to the family, and prayers go out to every solid inmate locked up in the Alabama Department of Corrections. In every prison across this country, really, but Alabama. Next up, we're traveling to a Michigan prison, and this story's still under investigation. They have not released any of the inmates' names yet, but they did tell exactly what happened to the people that died. So let's go ahead and break this situation down. Information Officer Chris Gott said it started after breakfast. An inmate on his way back from the chow lines began to attack another prisoner. They were heading back to their housing unit when he began to stab the prisoner multiple times in the back, arm, and face. The prisoner, who was stabbed about 6 times, was treated at a hospital and released. Now, this is where it gets crazy. The guy that got stabbed up and sent to the hospital, they went to his cell to try to find any kind of contraband that might have been in there. When they got to this cell, it turns out that his cellie was stabbed to death as well. So they were probably trying to get both of them at the same time. One probably went to chow, the other one probably slept in. One guy hit him up coming back from the chow hall probably around the same time the other guy was getting stabbed to death. Unreal. Those guys probably ran up a deep debt. Keep in mind, this is just my 2 cents, though, merely speculation. You know, I've been to prison a few times, so I try to break down these situations in my own head and think about why or how it could have happened like that. But it doesn't take a genius to tell that, you know, it was probably planned out, and both cellmates got hit up the same morning. Sources say that the inmate killed was a 28-year-old serving 3 to 20 year sentence. Macomb County Prison.
Damn.
Hopefully I pronounced that right. Next up, we're traveling to Georgia. A Georgian mother is grieving her son who was killed in Macon State Prison this week. Hopefully I pronounced that one right. Some of these prison names are a bit difficult. The worst phone call ever in possible history, I think, to hear. I know it happens every day to people, but this has to be something I never thought would happen to my child. She says people inside the jail tell her his cellmate beat him to death with a metal pole. They say he was found hours later with his body organs showing. What does that even mean?
Damn.
How many was shown and how? Did he do all that with them?
He was found with his organs showing, bro. How long was he beating on this man, bro?
Metal pole, if so, then he had been beating him for a long time. And once again, people are complaining that the person was not checked on enough by the guards. Look, even if they were to do rounds every 30 minutes like they're supposed to, or every 20, every 15, they're still going to find a window to kill someone. But at the same time, you know, guards should be doing their rounds consistently because it could prevent a lot of things from happening, or maybe even finding someone before they bleed out too fast. But man, my condolences go out to his mother. She also said that he was due to be released next month. I've brought a lot of stuff away about people dying right before they go home. Look, I've been saying this since the beginning of the channel as well.
Niggas really be haters, yo. You really be on your way home and they'll flock you before you go home, bro. See you to the big man upstairs.
Prison with lifers, and I went home from that prison. So take it from me. I'm not saying this guy was doing any of this. I'm just saying some of these individuals were probably gloating and parading around that they were about to go home in front of the wrong one. Be very careful with your release date in prison, especially if you're in a higher level prison, and a lot of those individuals ain't going home. They'll get jealous and try to trick you up before you leave, or even snatch up your life. Keep that shit to yourself. I walked out that gate, people probably thought I had another 10 years left. Where's old death going? I'm going home, dog. I didn't have 40 for real, fellas. I'm out of here. That's what tells you you got to be released till tomorrow morning because it was too late. You're looking back at the inmates like, God, that'd be a horrible situation, wouldn't it? But yeah, keep that shit to yourself. If you're about to go home, don't let nobody know. Next up, we're traveling to Warren County, Ohio, to speak about an individual by the name of Joel Drain. Death penalty upheld for Ohio prisoner accused of killing fellow inmate.
First of all, run this back real quick.
Run this back real quick. To speak about an individual by the name of Joel.
Run this back real quick. You see this? You see this white boy right here? See this white boy right here? Let me bring this up, son. See this white boy right here? This is a scary motherfucker right here, man. I know you ain't supposed to judge a book by its cover. Anybody with a tattoo directly on their chin like that is a dangerous fucking person. I'm just saying.
Drain. Death penalty upheld for Ohio prisoner accused of killing fellow inmate. And this inmate has a huge transformation. I think he might have possibly gotten turned out. I got a clip of this individual.
And he got turned out?
That's ill. Going through the trial for the murder.
That's ill.
And then I'm going to show you what he looks
like
now. What he's done to himself and what he's done to another inmate. Now, let me say one more thing before I press play. This is actually kind of an update. I touched into this story in the past, but didn't really have any information on it. Usually, most cases that I've seen in a courtroom like this, they get like 30 years added to their sentence and they go straight to a level 10. Not really a level 10, but the maximum security level that they have at that state.
You have now received a copy of the indictment We would waive any defects, time, place, manner, service. We would waive the reading of the statute, penalties, and right. We are tendering a plea of not guilty to all counts in the indictment. Furthermore, Your Honor, we are tendering a plea of not guilty by reason of insanity, and we have already filed a written plea indicating a plea of not guilty by reason of insanity. Your Honor, counsel is requesting that evaluation occur. We would ask that that occur at the Court Diagnostic and Treatment Center, both for competency and for criminal responsibility. I have received partial Rule 16 discovery. I will sign an entry indicating the same. As to the issue of bond, we would defer to the court's discretion.
Record should reflect that Assistant Prosecuting Attorney Alex Treese is present on behalf of the state of Ohio. The court has received Mr. Sass. You filed this morning at 10:53 the plea of not guilty.
I'm really not ever going back to prison. For one, I'm not a rat, so if I do something and I get caught up, I'm not going to tell, and I mess around and get told on, and I mess around and spend mad years locked up and be tight. But also, I realized a long time ago that I'm not meant to be like these people. This man right here, I'm not meant to be like him. That's just not for me. I'm meant to really be somebody.
By reason of insanity, a motion for a competency evaluation pursuant to 2945.37 and 2945.371 of the revised code.
So he's pleading not guilty due to insanity, and the judge set up a date for him to be tested.
They're not going to give him that
insanity. They found him
plea.
mentally competent because he went to a regular prison. Obviously, he killed his cellmate, and that's what we're going to be talking about right now. But this is Mr. Joel Drain before he goes into an Ohio prison. Joel Drain's new name is Victoria Drain.
Oh!
Victoria Drain has had a wild ride in the state penitentiary. She was put into the psych block at one point for self-harm.
Why did he say she? This is a man.
Didn't complete the task.
That is a boy, Damon.
But still tried all the same. It's somewhere down the road she met a guy by the name of Mr. Richardson. She tried to get this guy to help her murder another inmate.
Yo, look at him. Who wants to be having to live with people like this? Don't do the crime.
At first,
don't do the crime,
and then he got cold feet. Well, Miss Victoria Drain didn't like that very much while she was sitting in the cell doing drugs. She thought.
Hold on, let me run it back so you know what we're talking about.
Didn't complete the task, but still tried all the same. It's somewhere down the road she met a guy by the name of Mr. Richardson. She tried to get this guy to help her murder another inmate.
First of all, he looked like he did meth, cocaine, crack, and shrooms, and paint all together at the same time every day for the last 20 years.
At first, he was down to help, and then he got cold feet. Well, Miss Victoria Drain didn't like that very much while she was sitting in the cell doing drugs. She thought that he was going to go tell the person they were planning to kill everything that was going on. So Victoria hit the man in the head with a fan motor, stabbed him in the neck and torso with a pencil, strangled him, and then stepped on his throat. And for those...
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, that's ruthless. That's some movie shit, bro. Did you hear what they just said? I need to run it back for you.
Everything that was going on.
I need to run it back for you. I didn't hear that.
Head with a fan motor, stabbed him in the neck and torso with a pencil, strangled him, and then stepped on his throat. And for those of y'all that don't know, they give out fans in a lot of prisons across the country, and these fan motors are diesel. I mean, they're probably the size of a softball, but they're completely solid. They have this huge metal rail in the middle that spins the fan, and a lot of people can break them out and make shanks, whatever the case is. But fans, they're a high commodity, so not too many people are trying to break them things down, especially in prisons with no AC. But this is a great learning experience because when you get to prison, you might see someone turn from Joel to Victoria, or you might just see Victoria and never see the Joel side. Don't be sleeping on nobody. Obviously, anybody can take someone's life. And the major update, once again, on that case is the death penalty will be upheld. If I were to guess, the inmate that died probably has a lot of family out here in the streets that cared for him. Usually the courts would definitely agree with the death penalty, especially if there's a lot of people on the outside trying to get it as well. But that's that. Another little rude awakening for anybody that thinks prison's just filled with Scrabble, chess, and spades. I mean, it does have that stuff, but it definitely has murders and cheeks being taken as well.
All right. So before I move on to the next video, I just want to, this is my second video reacting to Lockdown 23-1. Lockdown 23-1, this guy right here, he's polished. I like the way he does his videos. He's real presentable. He's further ahead than me when it comes to, you know, equipment and stuff like that. He knows what he's doing. So he deserves every dollar he gets. He deserves all the credit that he gets. This is a real good channel, and they got a lot of information. He really does his thing like a real, you know, journalist. But let's play another one. Let's play another one. Let me know if y'all feeling this so far. But we're going to play another one from the homie Lockdown 23-1. Let's see. Former dismembered of the trying to head of Lake. That video is too long. I ain't about to watch that. That video is too long, man. 60 days in. Let me see. No, not 60 days in. Nope, not that. I don't want to watch no 60 days in shit. Let me see. Nope. We're going to find one right now. Beat him in every cell. Nope. Okay. White blood killed by...
What's up, everybody, and welcome back.
White boy killed by Universal Aryan Brotherhood members. Let's see what this is about.
To another episode of Lockdown 23-1.
Those of y'all who went here, go ahead and hit that like button, man. If you're not a hater, you will hit that like button.
He was coming out of Oklahoma. An Aryan gang decided to put a hit out on a white blood that was on the streets. We're going to talk about that and how, you know, a lot of white bloods are looked at in prison by these white guys. But for anybody that might be new, we talk about all things lockup related. If this is what you're into, do not forget to hit the like, subscribe, notification bell before you leave.
A gang war, court records reveal, has been going on since 2019, turning deadly in Oklahoma City.
All right, so this individual that you're seeing is Connor Huckabee, and he is a blood from Oklahoma. Turns out some Universal Aryan Brotherhoods from Oklahoma prison system put a green light out on Mr. Huckabee. Green light means, you know, if you see him, you kill him. And that's exactly...
Y'all notice how Lockdown 23-1, he has no tattoos on his face. But he got mad tattoos. And all the other white boys he be showing got tattoos on their face and all that. You could tell that Lockdown 23-1, he planned on making some money and making some of himself when he got home. And he never, ever got any tattoos on his face.
What happened? Mr. Huckabee lost his life on the side of a road.
I'll tell you a lot about people.
The murder took place. Mr. Huckabee.
People who get tattoos on their face, usually they're people who you shouldn't associate with too much. Like if they not already like established in some type of field to where like, unless you like a rapper or some type of artist, getting a tattoo on your face is what's the word I'm looking for? It's non-conducive, I think. Non-conducive to your future.
He was staying inside
so
his metro.
These are people who you really shouldn't spend too much time with because they have no intentions on really being anybody in life. People who got tattoos on their face. 99.99999% of the time.
The hotel room here. While sitting in his room, he was Facebook messaging a female that was coming to pick him up in a pickup truck. Well, it turns out this pickup truck was probably going to be his last ride. And this is the young girl that he was waiting to meet up
Look
with.
at the girl.
I'm not gonna lie, she
Tattoos
looks
on her
extremely
face.
sketch.
Look at
I
her.
ain't getting in no pickup truck with this jank, man.
Look
at
at
the
her.
damn tattoos. They don't even look real. But anyways, he decided to get up out the damn hotel, jump into the truck. The next morning, Mr. Huckabee was found right here on the side of the road. You ain't gonna believe the type shit these guys did to him. Now on the
Hey,
left,
my
we
brother.
go ahead, we have Kyle.
My brother,
On the other side,
Robin
we have
Berry.
Dusty. These guys are the OGs
Peace and love,
of the
brother.
Universal Aryan Brotherhood. They're the ones that put the hit out on the white blood, Mr. Huckabee. I can guarantee one thing for sure, though. These guys are on maximum security lockdown right now as we speak. And who knows how long they're going to be on that.
Look,
because,
dude,
you know,
tattoos
they're
on his
as,
things,
like,
you know what I'm
shot
saying? He don't care about his life.
hits on the street.
He don't care
You
about
can
his
make
life.
sure that you don't be calling nothing for the next 10, 15 years.
Records go on to say at least 8 UAB members were involved in beating the Blood in a parking lot, where Huckabee was forced to humiliate himself and denounce the Blood gang.
So they humiliated the guy and made him denounce his gang. If I were to guess, when it comes down to the humiliation part, they probably had him begging butt naked. That's the only most disrespectful thing I could see someone doing to someone before they take their life. And also, if I were to guess, they probably recorded this whole damn incident. Now, the news said 8 individuals ended up beating him up in a parking lot.
Yo, you know what's crazy about the Aryan Brotherhood? They really, really, really despise blacks, right? Black people don't even hate white people like that. You would think with all the stuff that white people did in history, you would think, right, that black people would seriously hate them and always want to do bad stuff to them. For the most part, we really don't. We really don't. But people in the Aryan Brotherhood, they just know the history of their people. They feel so guilty that, and they so deep down fearful about repercussions that they just decide to be this kind of way.
I'm guessing after he got into the pickup truck with the
To where a white blood that got nothing to do with them, he's accepted by blacks. He loves blacks. Black people embrace them. They mad that he even associating himself with black people.
girl,
Type of hating shit is that?
stop somewhere. You know, a lot of people like to stop, roll up, or do something illegal in these parking lots. And, you know, most guys, when they're with a girl, they're not looking out the window. They're probably the one rolling up or doing something, you know, where their attention ain't on their surroundings. So these guys probably rolled in, beat the hell out of them, and then they took him to this back road. Jordan Shaw ended up shooting him in the head, and Dominic Shelton went ahead and shot him in the stomach 2 more times.
Then the UAB members came back to Morris's wife at Jacqueline Steiner's house, where documents show she paid them for their role in the murder.
Now, this shows you just how deep the prison game can be mixed with the streets. You got the OG Mr. Morris using his old lady to pay for the hits. It's all connected, man. It doesn't matter if she's a girl. She obviously respects her man enough to do
Oh, I guarantee you she told, though. I guarantee you she told.
as he says, and who knows?
They
She
always
didn't
tell.
know what she was going to be paying these guys for.
Women
Maybe she
always
was
tell.
following his instructions, and he painted it to be, you know, some kind of payment for something else. Judging by her smile on this mugshot, she doesn't look like she's too worried. You know, a lot of people still, even after
She
some of
told.
the stories that I've told in this channel, think that when stuff happens in prison, it just stays in prison. You know, it ain't gonna roll over to the streets. That's only what happens in the movies. I can promise you, without the streets, nothing would be jumping in prison. The ballhead dude here shot the white blood in the head, and his other homeboy next to him shot him in the stomach. I just don't understand why individuals are willing to throw their whole damn life away behind a group of people that don't give 2 shits about them. But then again, they did get paid, and they're probably going to get paid more than once. There are so many people involved, it could have been initiation as well for these individuals. They probably knew exactly what would become their way if they ended up getting caught. They'd probably just go to prison and get a little more respect in there with their organization. I mean, these guys are going to come in there saying they killed a white blood. If I were to gamble on it, that's going to give them tons of respect.
You're going to get the
Prison
clout
and
T. I ain't going to lie.
their organization.
You're going to get the
Almost
clout.
legendary. So there is a couple forms of payment here, not only cash, but the stripes. The stripes and the
And you know what's crazy? They're going to go to prison for life, get much respect, right? But here's the aftermath of it. They're going to be sleeping with men for the rest of their lives. Trying to appease men will get them locked up for taking the life of another man, spend the rest of their life in prison around men, and ultimately end up sleeping with men for the rest of their life.
Stories that comes with it for years.
So goofy.
Look, it's made it to lock
Goofy.
3-1, right? So, you know, a lot of people, man, they just ain't got no hope for the future. And you know, they probably are willing to throw everything away to build a better future in prison with this group of individuals. And usually it's when they get older, doing a lot of time in prison, that they realize it was all damn sham. That's a little
all
bit
a sham, bro.
Oklahoma prison system that made its way to the streets. A lot of these guys that do stories on that ended up losing their life, man, they have no earthly idea how much people are plotting on them. I mean, this was a dozen people in on getting this guy killed. So it's you gotta be careful out there, man. You know, you can't trust nobody. Especially, I hate to say it, but maybe even your significant other. You have no idea how maybe significant others run around with deep down hate for the person they're living with. Now, another huge factor about this whole story is the area, location, prison system. I mean, Oklahoma is a little more towards the west, so those white organizations in prison are a lot more structured. Over here in Virginia, let's say you're a white blood and you're going into the prison system. You're not going to have to worry about any areas for the most part. You're going to have to worry about people from your own organization. There's going to be people that are going to embrace it and be like, yeah, man, this dude's legit. And there's going to be people that are going to look at you with pure hate. So be ready for it, man. I'm not going to sugarcoat nothing. And when you are claiming that organization, chances are sooner or later, somewhere down the road, you're going to see some kind of animosity strictly because of your skin color. Sad world we live in, ladies and gentlemen. But if you enjoyed, do not forget to hit the like, subscribe, notification bell before you leave. Check out the link.
All right, that was another great video from Lockdown 2021. Let's react to Cartoon 53.
Getting that from YouTube.
Let's see what Cartoon 53 talking about. Let's see. Let's see. Here we go.
What's up, Foundation? What's happening? Back again, y'all. Back again with another good one for y'all. Y'all can go ahead now and hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that share button, man. Do that for your big partner, man. For those,
do that for your big partner, man. Do that for your big partner, man.
Those that's listening to the stories that are not subscribed to this channel, you know, my analytics be letting me know. Please go ahead and subscribe, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't be just stealing the stories like that and you ain't gonna subscribe, man. Y'all, you going against the grain.
You going against the grain. You better subscribe to Cartoon 53 before he slap fire out you.
Y'all going against the grain. You breaking the rules. Go ahead and hit the subscribe.
Y'all going against the grain, man. Breaking the rules, man.
Try button for me, pipe partners. Y'all do that for me, man. Do that for your big partner, man. You feel what I'm saying? Go and become a member of the Foundation Nation. We up in here like swimwear. Y'all know what's happening. But anyway,
come on, man.
You can tell by the title of the video.
Come on, man.
This is about a guy that came to prison in Alabama. He lost his life because he didn't want to be a part of what he was on the streets. This was a dude, he was cripping on the streets, but when he came to prison, he called his time. I guess he didn't want nothing to do with it. He didn't want to be up under no one else's jurisdiction, or he probably heard some horror stories on the streets about what happened, you know what I'm saying, if you behind bars, you gang banging or whatever, he might have thought he was going to end up catching time or, you know, getting into whatever, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, him not wanting to be a part of what he really was, it ultimately became his ultimate demise. Okay, what happened was, we in prison. This is years ago. And me and my little partner, my main sidekick, little dude named Scandalous, he sleep in the bed right next to me. Now, me and Scandalous, you know, we've been knowing each other since the county jail. We was joined at the hip. You know what I'm saying? I'm crippin', he crippin', we doing our thing. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? And we had all the jurisdiction in our block, pretty almost.
My man Cartoon said he was controlling the temperature in that muff.
Matter of fact, in the prison, in this prison at the time, over the Crip gang, I was first and he was second. So anyway, we didn't really do a lot, but just kick it on our bed and talk on our cell phones all day. I would go to work in the free world and boom, come back, you know, later on in the day and, you know, charge my phone up and jump right on it. Now my little partner Scandalous, he stayed on the phone 24/7. That was his thing. He didn't care nothing about nothing but that phone. Anyway, a situation had arose in the dorm one day with a guy, I'm gonna call this guy Jake, dude named Jake. Okay, Jake, he was balling, you know what I'm saying? He's selling dope, you know what I'm saying? He's selling, you know, selling food, selling phones. He's doing his thing. He getting his money.
He getting his money, man.
So you know how he got his dope in or whatever was, you know, how he did his thing. It was a mystery to some, but he was handling his business. So time going on, he had a lot of dudes that flocked around him, and he was always, you know, he stayed fly, always stayed sharp. He was just doing his thing. He was doing his thing, man. But now one of the things that me and my homeboy Scandalous and a lot of other dudes in the dorm noticed, he always wore blue. He stayed in blue. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about blue this.
See, now this the thing, right? He comes into prison. He don't want to claim Crip, but he wearing blue all the time. He blued out. He the bluest nigga in the century.
Blue that, blue this, blue that. So of course, you know, it's gonna catch my attention, and it caught my little homeboy Scandalous' attention.
It caught the big local attention, man.
Of course, the other Crips in the dorm, it caught their attention, and this was a Crip dorm that we were in at the time. I had made it that way. When I first moved in,
You heard my son. He said, I made it that way. You play a part in the Cartoon, man.
in another dorm, and I wanted to move over here with my homeboy Scandalous. So boom, I moved over there. So, you know, immediately when I moved in, I start getting all the other Crips that was around, you know, around the prison. Cuz move over here, moving this dorm. So slowly but surely, within a matter of months, you know what I'm saying, it was a predominantly Crip dorm. So anyway, you know, Jake was in the dorm with us, and he always wore that blue. So I had a lot of homeboys, you know what I'm saying, little young Crips coming up to me all the time, big homie, big low, cuz. Man, what's up with that dude, man? That dude, man, you know that dude Crip, is he Crip? And I always like, cuz, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? I ain't never really, you know, wanted to press the issue, you know what I'm saying, whatever, boom. But after so many of my little people kept coming up to me and like, cuz, what's up with him? I said, boom, me and Scandalous, we sitting at the bed one day, we talking about it. I'm like, cuz, what's up, man? Is that fool cripping on me? So he was like, cuz, I don't know. I said, you know what, homie, cuz, I'm finna go find out. I'll be right.
That crippin' get real.
Let me go over here and holler at this fool. So boom, like I say, Jake, you know, Jake was cool. Jake got his money, man. Jake, you know what I'm saying? He sold everything. You know what I'm saying? He was the main man in there with the dope. So, you know, a lot of people liked him. A lot of people used to be around him. He was just doing his thing. You know, he sold cell phones. He did a lot of stuff. And then you got to look. He's from Birmingham, so you know, a lot of dudes from Birmingham in prison. So, you know, he had a lot of homeboys. He had a lot of partners that was in there with him. Anyway, so I pull up on him one day. So I slide up on him. I'm like, oh, what's up, cuz? He like, oh, what's up, Big Tune? I'm like, check this out, homie. You Crip? He was like, he looked at me. He thought about it for a minute. He was like,
Dead fucking giveaway. Dead giveaway.
no, man, I don't get out. I don't bang. So I look at him. I'm like, you sure, homie? You know what I'm saying? Well, hell no, that ain't gonna bang, cuz. If you want to bust, cuz, just let me know. What's up? He like, no, Big Tune, I don't bang, homie, I don't bang out, you know what I'm saying? I just hustle, man. You know, I just get my money and I hustle. I'm like, okay, well, cool. I said, you know, the reason I come at you, homie, because, you know, you wear an awful lot of blue, cuz, you know what I'm saying? Your shoe strings, a lot of your other stuff, your hats, a lot of your clothes, homie, you know what I'm saying? Your bed area, because, you know, it's trued up. He like, oh, yeah, man, you know, that's just my favorite color, you know? I'm like, all right, cool, homie. If that's what's happening, that's what happened. Wasn't no thing to me. I walk on. Boom. So when I get back to the bed area, I tell Scandalous, I'm like, cuz, oh boy, say he don't bang. I mean, you know, he like you show. I'm like, cuz, that's what he say. So boom, unbeknownst to me, later on, about 30 or 40 minutes later, Scandalous eased over there and hit him up too, asking, cuz, you crippin'? He like, no, homie, you know what I'm saying? I don't bang. Your big homeboy Tune asked me the same thing a little while ago. You know what I'm saying? But no, homie, I don't get on. I just hustle. I just make my money and I hustle. So, you know, boom. Scandalous was like, okay, cuz, don't trip. You know, it's all good. So, boom. So, like, it's all good. Don't trip. All right, cool. So, time goes on, man. About a week go by. And we sit in the dorm, you know, talking on the phone as usual. And a commotion started. A big old commotion started. So, you know, I'm on the phone. We looking up. Like, dang, cuz, you know, what's going on? You know, commotion started. You got to look up because eventually the one time going to come in. You know, you're on your phone.
And if y'all don't know what the one time is, the one time for the one time, the one time for the one time for the one time, he means the police.
You got to, you know what I'm saying? You got to keep lookout, you know, around the dorm or whatever for you about your phone. You don't want to get your phone took. So we looking to see what's going on. Cuz, what's up? So anyway, the dude Jake, he getting it.
Yo, bro, I got a story about the YGs and the bosses. I got one story, but it ain't too many people who want to come on and talk about the YBs. It ain't a lot. It ain't a lot of dudes.
With a little white dude.
It ain't a lot of dudes, bro.
Now, come to find out, the white dude name was Baby.
Shout out to the Gunners, though. Shout out my man Chewy and
he was a little gay dude, you know what I'm saying, little gay white dude. And
all the real Gunners that I know when I was locked up.
I'm talking about woofing on it. Whoa, 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 whoa. Better get my money. I'm telling you now, you lost my pack. Better get my money. Better handle your business.
I need my money on time. Hit that like button if you just stepping in this thing, man.
I'm telling you.
Hit that like button. Here's what we got to do as people. If we enjoy each other's content, me, anyone else, or you, if I enjoy your content and I go in and I hit your live stream, if I got it to send you a super chat, little $2 or something, I'll do it for you if I got it. I'm going to hit the like button when I step into your situation just so the algorithm can work for you. You know, it don't cost no money to hit that like button. So go ahead, hit that like button for your boy.
Now,
much appreciated.
Jake got like 3-4 dudes with him, some of his partners. So boom, so I'm looking, I'm telling Scandalous, I'm like, hey, cuz, I wonder what that's about. He like, I don't know. He said, man, you know, that's the little white boy that be bringing his dope in. And I guess the fool must have messed something up. Probably, that's probably what it was. So they going off. So boom. Now here it is. The little white dude, Baby, he got a buddy. Now in Alabama prison, a buddy is when you got two gay dudes that go with each other. You got two gay dudes that go with each other. They call them buddies. So now, Baby got a buddy, a black dude named Fancy. Now, I've been knowing Fancy for years from the maximum security prisons on down to the level prison that we in at this time. Now, you know, Fancy was cool. Fancy didn't bother nobody. Fancy stayed out everybody's way. Fancy would just hook up with his buddies and just do what he do. But now Fancy wasn't nothing to play with neither. I've been knowing that. I done seen Fancy demonstrate on some fools a few times in the maximum security prisons. So anyway, Jake going off on Baby. I'm telling you. So the little white dude, Baby, steady telling me like, I'm gonna get it, Jake. I'm gonna straighten it out, Jake. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna make it right. So Jake, if you don't make it right, I'm gonna do this and do that, do this and do that. So now that wasn't even Jake's character. Jake is being pumped up by the other dudes that's with him.
See, this and Jake is who? The same person that come in He was Crip, didn't want to jack Crip. He probably got gassed up to be Crip. Now he gassed up to act super tough and gangster, right? The dude folding his flag, he acting super tough and gangster because his homeboys is gassing him.
Because that was totally out of Jay's character. I ain't never seen Jay act like this toward a regular dude, a gay dude, nobody. This is just not how Jay act, no matter what. So now I guess, I don't know if he's drunk. I don't think he's drunk, but I guess he being pumped up by these other cats, and then, he just going with the flow. So anyway, with Jake going off on Baby the way he was going off on Baby, it
What's
made
going on, my
Fancy
brother? How
get
you?
involved. So Fancy go to Jake, and he tell me, say, look,
Facts, Robin, that's a fact.
whatever Baby owe you, we gonna get it. We gonna get it to you. We gonna make it right, and we gonna do what we supposed to do. Just be cool. You gotta make no scene and keep talking to him like that. We gonna make it right. So now Jake going out. I don't give a F about what you talking about. Man, get out my face. Man, you better make it right. We got this amount of time. And woo, 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 woo. So now this is going on for
Much
about 10,
appreciated.
15 minutes. So now Fancy steadily going to Jake, tell him, look, man, just be cool, man. We gonna get this. We gonna get this. But now, I guess because of the dudes that Jake had with him, and he looking at Fancy because Fancy gay, I guess he looking at him like, man, both of y'all some chumps. Get out my face. I ain't got no respect for neither one of y'all. Both of y'all this and that. I guess whatever, you know what I'm saying? But now if he was looking at it that way, he was looking at it the wrong way when he was dealing with Fancy, man. He could have got away with all that dealing with Baby, but not dealing with Fancy that type way. You know what I'm saying? No matter if a dude is gay or doing whatever they do, at the end of the day, they still men. So anyway, it's going on.
Yo, if y'all don't know, messing with guys that live the alternative lifestyle in prison, they're almost always gangster. Almost always gangster. They've been fighting their whole life. They've been walking around with blades and switchblades and knives and playing with guns from a very young age because they was getting bullied for who they was. When you go to jail, you do not mess with them. It's a lose-lose situation. It's a catch-22 situation. If you win, you beat up the punk. If you lose, you got smoked by the punk. It's no way to win.
So now by this time, Fancy getting fed up with it. Because now Jake and his partners have been back over there by Baby's bed.
This gonna end badly for Jake. Jake was acting too gangster.
And Pie-Face Baby, boom, Pie-Faced his head into the bed rail, the top bucket bed rail. So
Pie-Face,
so boom, Fancy come back over there. Look, man, I did not tell you that we gonna get it right, that we gonna do it. You didn't have to put your hands on my partner like that. I'm telling you, we gonna get it right. But now you taking it to a whole nother level, putting your hands on them. Don't put your hands on my partner like that no more, man.
And this is prison. When somebody put their hands on you, ain't no talking out of that. You're in prison. It's time to perform now.
So
real talk, man.
Jake, like, who you talking to? Man, if you don't get your
By the way, Cartoon is a very captivating storyteller. He's the truth.
Behind out my whoop face, man, something happened to you too. You better get on. You ain't talking about nothing. I don't hear nothing out y'all mouth. So Fancy, look at him. Fancy, let me tell you something. You might see me walk around with these little laundry bag skirts on the weekend, or see me talk a certain way or look a certain way, or because you see me with makeup on and every now and then. He say, but partner, if you think that's the whole story, you got life effed up. And you ain't finna talk to me that way. I told you what it's gonna be. Now, if you don't like that, you won't be nothing. Man, Jake stepped back and looked. He like, ho, you tripping. You got me effed up. He like, man, y'all better hand my stuff or both of y'all finna get up out of here. Fancy said, you know what? I tell you what, I gave you a chance to like leave all that tough guy stuff alone.
You gotta understand when people trying to chill, when people really don't want to do it to you. Jake was not reading the room, bro. He was not reading the room, bro.
But you didn't want no chance. You wanted to make this something else. He said, you just made it something else, partner. So Jake like, man, what you saying? What you talking about? You know what I'm saying? What you want, some smoke? So Fancy tell him, yeah, I want all the smoke. He say, in fact, I'm finna bring the smoke to you.
Ooh, Fancy, the pump, the sweetness. He said, I'm bringing the smoke to you.
So now, Jake, I guess, you know, Jake mind is thinking now, like, man, you know, what is this? So all the dudes that's with Jake, they right with him the whole time. Woo.
This is what they do in the hood. They gas you up all the time. This how people go to jail. Half of the people in jails because they friends gassed them.
Woo. Jake, I guess, you know, Jake mind is thinking now, like, man, you know, what is this? So all the dudes that's with Jake, they right with him the whole time. Woo, woof it. So, okay. Fancy tell him, just hold on. You know what I'm saying? It's a little something left in the tank right here, and I'm finna show you. Fancy walk away. Now Jake go up toward the front of the dorm by the door because the door is open to go in and out. So boom, I slept here. My partner Scanlon slept here, and Fancy just so happened to sleep in the bed next to my partner. So boom, Fancy come to the bed hot. Fancy get ready to go for parole in the next month. Fancy get ready to go for parole. Finna go home. He been down some years too. He get his phone from up on his pillow. I'm looking, because you know I'm peeping the whole thing. I'm just looking to see what's going on. He dialed his phone, then he stopped. He looked at us, and he came over around the bed, and he come up in the bed in the cut between my bed and Scanlon's bed. And he say, Big Tune, he say, listen, man, is that dude there one of y'all? He say, is that dude there one of yours? I'm like, no, Fancy. You know what I'm saying? No, he ain't no crip. So he like, no, come on, Tune, tell me the truth. Now, if he one of yours, we gonna go about this a different way. But if he ain't, it's finna be something.
Ooh, and look, if Jake was claiming crip, he might have still been alive today.
Like, Fancy, look, whatever you gonna do, that's on you. Oh boy, ain't no crip.
Tone would have settled the situation without people losing their lives.
So he look off,
like
and he look
homie
me,
supposed to do.
Scandalous. He say, Scandalous, is that dude a crip, man? So Scandalous tell me, like, look, man, you heard what the big homie said. He told you that dude ain't no crip. We ain't got nothing to do with him. Whatever y'all beef is, that's on y'all, cuz. Handle y'all business, whatever y'all gonna do. So Fancy said,
that's on y'all, cuz.
Hey, okay. All right, cool then. All right, that's what it is. Because like I said, remember, he wore so much blue, everybody in the dorm thought he was a crip. But he said he wasn't. Now, if he would have been a crip, it would have been a whole different thing. But he told me and Scandalous that he was not no crip. So therefore, we ain't got nothing to do with it.
There you go.
Turn around. He go back. He leave out the cut. He go back over to his cut. He get on the phone. I hear him. I'm listening. He call his mom. He tell his mama, listen, I love you. I ain't coming home. I got something I got to do. And I love you. And I heard his mama, I heard her like, I couldn't hear what she was saying, but I heard her like,
wow. He made his peace with it. That's sad now, I ain't gonna lie.
Coming home.
He had parole in a month.
He go back over to his cut. He get on the phone. I hear him. I'm listening. He call his mom. He tell his mama, listen, I love you. I ain't coming home. I got something I got to do, and I love you. And I heard his mama, I heard her like, I couldn't hear what she was saying, but I heard her like, boy, what?
Damn.
He hung the phone up in his mama's face. He just threw the phone down on the bed, his cell phone. He threw it down on the bed. He put on his coat. He go up under his bed, and he get his knife. Boom, nice one, nice little piece. He get it. You know what I'm saying? He look at it. He shake his head like, here we go. He walked out of his cut into the house.
I ain't gonna lie. That mind frame that the man was in, who Tune is talking about, I've been in that mind frame before. That mind frame you get in where you feel violated and you suit up. You get your knife or you get your gun. You look yourself in the mirror maybe, and you make peace with the situation, and you tell yourself, I'm about to go do this. I'm about to go violate this person. And if I end up getting killed for this, so be it. I made the choice to do this. If I end up taking a life today and going to jail, then so be it. I made that choice as a man. I've been in that mind state before.
I'll wait, and he look left and he look right. He looking.
Tell you.
Down on the bed.
Shit is
His
not a
cell
game,
phone. He
bro.
threw it down on the bed. He put on his coat. He go up under his bed and he get his knife.
I swear, I've literally been in that mind state more than once.
Boom, nice little piece. He get it. You know what I'm saying? He look at it. He shake his head like, here we go. He walked out of his cut into the alleyway and he looked left and he looked right. He looking for Jake. He see Jake up in the front by the door. Boom. He go down, he come around, and he come up on Jake. Now, you know, I'm nosy for real. I'm cold treading, trying to see, you know, what's happening with this. So, boom. When he come up on Jake, Jake's standing in the doorway. You know, people coming in and out. He's standing there tough. So, boom, he don't even know Fancy got this heat. So when Fancy come up on him, Fancy say, man, what's up? So the dude, Jake, look at him and get smart. He like, shoot, whatever.
And let me tell you how Jake was not built for this at all. Fancy, right? He underestimated Fancy because Fancy was the sweet boy in the situation, right? And his man's gassed him. Fancy says, I'm going to bring you the smoke. He leaves. Comes back with a coat on, hot in the joint, right? None of Jake's mans passed him a weapon or nothing. Jake was not ready for war at all. He was just running his big mouth. And look what's about to happen to him.
Look, I'm with whatever. So Fancy tell him, oh, you with whatever, you still.
That's like being out in the town, right? And you get into a situation with somebody, and they like, yo, I'll be back. And you just stay there. And then what happens? That person comes back around. Do.
Oh, Jake standing in the doorway. You know, people coming in and out.
I'm not a big super gangster, but I know that if somebody be like, wait, I'm coming right back. Clearly, they're not coming back with hands. They had hands and they left. They left without using them.
And now he's standing there tough. So, boom, he don't even know Fancy got this heat. So when Fancy come up on him, Fancy say, man, what's up? So the dude, Jake, look at him and get smart. He like, shoot, whatever's up. I'm with whatever. So Fancy tell him, oh, you with whatever? You still on that? He said, I tell you what. Boom, when he came up with the heat, Jake hollered and jumped back. Oh! Boom, Fancy hit it. Bang! Caught him right here. Sunk it in him. Boom! Jake hollered, oh!
He didn't even have his own knife.
He jumped.
Jake was an idiot.
Back and turned to run. When he turned to run, Fancy hit him in the dead in the middle of the back. Bam! And they go to the ground. When they go to the ground, boom! And that was that killing blow. That one right there. That's the one I think that popped his heart. Boom! When he pulled it back, blood shot up out of it. So now look, all the dudes that was riding with Jake from the beginning, every last one of them ran.
They didn't even have it on them. They got him killed.
Pew, 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 pew. They get up
Streets is a myth.
out of there. They running. They head for the hills. They don't want nothing to do with it. They was riding with him tough at first. Now they don't want nothing to do with it. They don't want nothing to do with it. They cowered behind. They pumped all that mess up. They pumped Jake to act like this. This is not how Jake act. They pumped him up. Now when it got serious, when the heat got involved, now they running.
Yo, man, when keeping it real goes wrong, bro. When keeping it real goes wrong.
Man, boom, Fancy hit him again. So now when Fancy hit him again, people running up on Fancy. Fancy, stop. Don't hit him no more. So the police, two police run down. They got the sticks. And they telling Fancy, get off of him, Fancy. Get back, get back. but they scared to death. They don't want to run up on Fancy. Man, fools know Fancy a fool. They don't want to run up on him. Fancy hit him again. Bam! When he hit him again, he pulled it out. He stepped up. He stood up. He backed up. When he backed up, the police like, come on, Fancy, give it a knife, give it a knife. So Fancy looking around, he like, no, man, we take me wherever you gonna take me, but I ain't letting this knife go. You know what I'm saying? Fancy worried about if he got homeboys that's finna run up on it. He said, I ain't letting this knife go, man. So Fancy and the police with the knife walked on off.
Fancy really made his peace with it, bro. Fancy really made his peace with it, bro. And he said, listen, I ain't going home. I'm about to catch a body right now.
Toward the shift office, another dude from another dorm that was real cool with Jake, he ran up. He picked Jake up in his arms. And he go to running with Jake. He trying to get Jake to the infirmary, trying to get him up front to get him some help. But it was too late though, for real, homie. Jake caught. And when he caught, the big old ball of blood jumped out his mouth, fell back down on his chest, and he died. He died in his partner's arms. His partner just went to his knees crying and just, put his forehead in Jake's chest and started crying because he, this was his partner from the street. Now, if he would have been in the dorm, it probably would have been different because he'd have rolled with Jake because this dude was a stone cold killer too. But he wasn't there in time. And Jake died right there outside on the basketball court. You know what I'm saying? That last cough, that ball of blood that jumped out his mouth, that was his last little bit on earth. And he ended up, that's how Jake ended up losing his life, man. Losing his life. You know what I'm saying? Dude was a step back looking.
Oh man, that's a sad story, bro. It's especially sad because everyone involved in this story, including Cartoon, we all come from the same kind of backgrounds, the same kind of neighborhoods. And black people, especially black men, there's a lot of anger issues and there's a lot of not knowing how to properly deal with, what's the word I'm looking for? Adversity. There's a lot of us who don't know how to verbally express how we feel without resorting to violence. And this is why so many of us die at such an alarming rate. We don't know how to talk to each other. And also, we want to live this facade of trying to be the hardest dude, the toughest dude. Jake didn't even want to be Crip. But he was acting like a gangster because the dudes behind him was nut hugging, putting a battery in his back, He was old money. If he would have just fell back and then allowed himself to be gaslit, he would have waited and eventually he would have got his money back. He would still be alive. Fancy would not have thrown his life away, who we don't know what Fancy was locked up for, but Fancy probably would have made board, went home on parole to see his mother. It's just a sad situation, man. Cartoon 53, man. Great channel, man. One of my new favorite YouTube channels. That's just it. Yo, I might be able to get a girl on this live, man. I might be able to get a girl on this live. I got a message about it. I might. But I want to save it, though. I don't know if I want to do it, though. The light skin girl, people keep asking me to put on. I might, man. I ain't sure. Let me see what she talking about. I mean, she says she want to do it. Y'all know chicks, man. They got to take time, get ready. I ain't really trying to, 2 videos is type long. I ain't about to look at a lot of cash dust, so I ain't about to look at another one of those, man. How y'all doing though, man? What's the word, man? Where y'all at? Should I find another video? Should I find another video? Nah, I'll be going live on Saturday. Saturday, I mess around and be in New York City, man. Or New Jersey or something, man. So with that, man, y'all have a good night, man. Holla at me. Peace.